which topic did we look at last week? We looked at a specific type of writing last week. All right, up until this week, I think.
Yes.
Up until yesterday. What is that? Who can remember what that is?
All right. So Trevor says expository, Ashley.
Okay, and
Right,
what?
sure.
Yes, we looked at exposition, and what does exposition do? What is the job of an expository essay? Yes.
Explain. Trevor says explain as well.
Okay, thank you guys so much. All right, now we also talked about the thesis statement. Who can remember what that is? Who can remember what a thesis statement is? What is the job of it? What is it?
Let's see who's head of the class.
I see main idea. I don't see anyone raising their hand, so I don't know what's going on. All right.
So Chloe said, it says what the essay is about. Deshonda saying states the focus of an essay. And then Denisha saying the main purpose of your essay.
Okay, Trevor, you were lost, but guess what? Today you'll be found, okay? We'll make sure of that. Okay, so yes, guys, it states the focus of an essay. But guess what? The thesis statement isn't just limited to expository essays, okay? We're gonna find out a little bit more about that today. All right, guys. So I'm about to play a video. I need everyone to pay attention, pay close attention. It's just a minute, and then I'm gonna ask you some additional questions. Okay, are we ready?
Yes.
Great.
In the next minute, an animal who's been cruelly abused by a thoughtless owner might not survive. Every minute of every day in America, animals are feeling the pain of being abused or neglected. These animals have done nothing to deserve this treatment. And if you agree, then it's time to do something about it. Join with your gift of just $19 a month, and you can rescue innocent animals from endless suffering. The next minute could mean the difference between life and death for an animal who's being hurt. Please go online or call now, and don't delay, because there's an animal being abused right now, and the next minute of their life could really depend on you.
Is everyone able to see that?
Yes, they're saying they're crying, Mr. Walkine.
No, I'm sorry. It's sad, but like the dogs look like this. They look like they're acting. I'm sorry. They look like they are acting. Like they look at the camera at the right time. Like they got the Puss in Boots sad eyes, puppy dog eyes going on. Okay. Yeah. All right. So yes, the eyes. All right, guys. Now tell me, what was the purpose of that commercial? What was the purpose of that?
Someone said that Tyrannic said it's a guilt trip. Alicia says to adopt a dog. Alicia also says to get our money. Shania is saying to inform people about the abuse of animals.
All right. Okay, I see something I like.
Yes, Jamie is saying to persuade you to adopt a dog or to persuade you to give money. Sympathy, Pranisha is saying.
All right. So, Mrs. Dennis, Mrs. Two, how many do you ladies agree with any of the responses so far? Any stand out?
Yes, I think so.
Yes.
Okay. So which ones? All right. So which ones would you say stood out?
You know, Shania's response was very good.
Okay. So
to inform people about the abuse of animals.
Yes, it was. It was informative, but more so it was what?
Also another one to persuade.
Even
Ashley
said sympathy.
Okay. So the goal of the video, because some of you were saying it to get money, to make you feel guilty. Why are they trying to make you feel guilty? Why are they trying to get money? How are they doing this? What did they do? Okay, Ashley, I'd like your answer to persuade us to adopt a dog. What sold it for you? What made you feel that way? Because I saw some responses while the video was playing. I'm sure people were saying some things that they were crying. Okay. The music. Aaliyah says the eyes with the extra.
The eyes and music. Alicia said the
Okay.
music in the background. Sad
right.
song. Jacob is singing.
So is it just, what's the goal of this, just to inform you then with all of that? So what was the goal? What was the goal?
Saying no.
It wasn't. No. So what was the goal?
Denisha is saying convince us to adopt a dog, but it's because they are getting abused.
Okay. I see Tyrone going, she's getting all
you see that, right?
They are manipulating our emotions. Okay.
Emotions.
But
the
goal of the video of that commercial was to persuade us.
Yes.
To persuade us. And isn't persuasive writing, isn't that a thing? Oh, Alicia, now come on now, that is true, but okay. Yes. So the goal of that and the goal of many commercials is to persuade us. Okay. And there's persuasion all around us, right? Do you guys experience persuasion on the daily? I know I do. All right. Right? So what are some ways you experience persuasion? On radios. I see radios. Commercials.
Chloe says commercials. Aaliyah says advertisements.
Right. Good. And are people also persuasive? Are any of you persuasive? Like in your day-to-day life? You try to be? Okay. Like what season is coming up? What's coming up in almost exactly 1 month? What season? The biggest season of the year. The season. I love this season. People love this season. What's coming up? Right? And guess what? Despite the COVID-19 pandemic and despite the joblessness and the hopelessness, you guys still want presents, right? Right? Valentine's Day. Come from around here. All right. Okay. So, yes. So we want to, and sometimes we have to be what to get what we want. Like when we're talking to mommy and daddy, we have to be what? Don't worry, I didn't forget about Black Friday, but
Tyranny says persuasive.
Yes, I didn't forget about Black Friday earlier, but I also know about Broke Thursday, the day after payday. Okay? So that Black Friday doesn't mean much to me. All right. So okay, guys, let's move forward. Let's look at our objectives. All right. Okay, so our topic, is persuasive writing appeals, ethos, pathos, and logos. And I don't mean the bookstore, okay? And notice we have our heart. Notice we have our heart and our brain, all right? They're tangling, all right? They're rubbing, okay? They're vibing, or vibing as you all would say, right? Okay, so let's look at it. Our objectives for the day. 1, by activating prior knowledge, students will be able to explain the purpose of persuasive writing. 2, after a group discussion, students will be able to distinguish between persuasive writing and argumentative writing. 3, after teacher-led discussion, students will be able to recall the definition of today's 3 key terms: pathos, logos, and ethos. And 4thly, by the end of the lesson, students will be able to identify ethos, pathos, and logos in action. That's a tall order, but guess what? All right, the pressure is tall, but you guys are taller. All right, we're tall like Shaq out here. Okay, so let's do it. Let's get into it. Okay. Boom. What is persuasive writing? Okay. All right. What is it? All right. Now let's see some answers in the chat. What is persuasive writing?
Aaliyah says, writing that convinces the reader to agree with one's opinion.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. Yes.
Deshanda says, writing that convinces readers to believe something. Alicia says, to convince someone.
All right, good. You guys are all correct. So let's look at a more technical definition. Okay. All right. So persuasive writing is text that tries to persuade its reader to agree with a certain point of view. The writer presents one side of an argument and gives the reader reasons to make him or her agree by using emotional appeals and personal ideas along with facts and evidence. Right? And I remember when I was younger, I didn't. Persuasive writing and argumentative writing they were used interchangeably, right, Mrs. Dennis, Mrs. Stu?
Yes.
But there is a
Yeah.
difference. There's actually a difference. Okay? So, all right. And newsflash, persuasive writing and argumentative writing are fundamentally different. Now, they're very similar, all right? But they're also fundamentally different. And you need to know what the difference is. So that's why this is consider this just like a slight detour, a slight deviation. It's still connected to what we're doing, but we're just in these team sessions, we don't just try to stick to just what's on the outline. We try to take you guys further and higher, right? Okay, so wait, what is argumentative writing then? Okay, and I'm assuming this may be some of you guys because it's like, what? I thought they were the same thing, right? But they are not. Okay, see people coming in already. Argumentative writing is more so trying to prove a point and uses facts. Yeah, you're on the right track, Tyranny. Very good. All right, so let's look at this definition here. Okay, now, Ashley, remember I said persuasive writing also uses facts. All right, so don't think that persuasive writing doesn't use facts or evidence. Okay, so let's look at it. Unlike persuasive writing, argumentative writing is based solely on logic, evidence, and reason. There is no emotional appeal. There's no one trying to make you cry. There's no one trying to make you angry. There's no one trying to make you feel guilty. There's no one trying to make you feel jealous or left out. They're presenting you with facts, and that's it. Okay? Because those are the facts, Jack. That's all. All right? So the goal of argumentative writing is to get the reader to acknowledge that your side is valid and deserves consideration. That's it. It's not to convince them that your side is the right side or the best side. It's just that, hey, I'm just trying to argue using facts and logic and evidence. No emotional appeal, no emotive language. That, hey, consider this as this side as well. Okay. Mm-hmm. Whereas, all right, with persuasive writing, there is an attempt to persuade you using emotions along with facts and evidence. Okay. There is no attempt to sway the reader with emotive language, sad stories, or sad anecdotes, or to make them feel guilty about their actions or inactions. All right? That's not what it's about. It is simply about presenting an argument, all right? Presenting the facts. This is what it is. These are the statistics in black and white, okay? And I don't care how, I'm not trying to make you feel any type of way. I'm just trying to appeal to your sense of logic, your intelligence, not your emotions. Whereas persuasive writing is appealing to your intelligence, but it's also appealing to your emotions. Okay? So let's keep going. So what are ethos, pathos, and logos? Let's see if anyone in here is bad enough to tell me and Mrs. Dennis and Ms. Stu what these are before I even put them up. Let's see. Without going to Google. Don't go to Google. Don't go to YouTube University today. Just let's, use that gray matter you have in your skull. Okay? Yes, like a debate speech. Absolutely. Now, lawyers, Lawyers are more persuasive than argumentative. Right, ladies?
Mm-hmm.
Lawyers use emotional arguments all the time. Okay? But yes. Okay, anyone know without looking for help online what ethos, pathos, and logos mean?
Pranisha, are you talking about it? She said structures of a great speech.
Structures of a great speech. I guess, yeah. Yeah. Possibly. All right, nobody?
Shante is saying pathos has something to do with emotion.
Oh, Mrs. Dennis, Alicia's saying we did this before. So you did this with them before. Girl, stop it. You serious? You did? All right.
Tatiana saying ethos uses a famous person to persuade.
Wow, awesome. So we already have pathos. We know that pathos has something to do with emotion. We see that ethos has something to do with using a famous person. Okay, well, what about and logos? Logic. Okay, you guys are smart. You're smart. So that means we're gonna breeze through this, right, guys? We're breezing through this, right? Because grade 12 is what? The class of 2021. 2020 was pretty bad, but guess what? 2021 is gonna be great, right? Right? Man, Leonardo, that's not even the same color as the normal text, man. What's going on? All right, but yeah, okay. Let's keep going. All right. Now, for the rest of you who did not reply, you may feel like this kitty drowning in knowledge and information. It's all too much, Mr. Walkine. It's too much. All right, but it really isn't. Okay, so let's keep going. All right. So ethos, pathos, logos. So yes, ethos has to do with credibility. All right. Pathos has to do with emotion, and logos has to do with logic, the mind. Okay, appealing to logic, appealing to intelligence, common sense, reason. Okay, pathos appeals to your heart, your feelings. Ethos is appealing because someone is establishing their credibility about something, so that's why you should listen to me. But the goal for each of them is to persuade. Okay? All right, so let's keep going. Leonardo, I like your honesty. That's a good thing. All right? So let's look at this, guys. All right, ethos, pathos, and logos are three different ways to be persuasive. They can make your argument appealing to the reader. This is why they are known as persuasive appeals. Using a combination of appeals is recommended in each essay. Make sure to consider carefully your audience and to stress the kinds of appeal that will be the most effective in each audience. With each audience, sorry. Okay? So yeah, you have to know who you're speaking to, right? For example, when silly season comes, when like the political season comes, right? Which of these is going to resonate more with the people? All right, when politicians are talking at these rallies, what are they using more? Are they using more ethos, more pathos, or more logos? All right, Leonardo says pathos. Anyone else?
Says logos, and Travis says ethos.
Really? Have any of you been to a Bahamian political rally? Now, some of them may try to appeal to your intelligence, but ladies, those of you the senior among us, right? When compared to students, obviously, because I think I'm the oldest teacher in here, possibly. Okay, but political rallies, which one, ladies, do you think they use more of? Pathos, logos, or ethos?
You know, I think they really appeal to our emotions.
Yeah. I would say they try to primarily appeal to our feelings.
Yes.
Okay? They try to appeal to our feelings, our emotions. Not saying that they don't use logic. Not saying that they don't establish a credibility. Okay, try to establish credibility, because you could use emotions all you want, but if you don't come across as a credible source of information, then why am I listening to you? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yes, Ashley, I like that. They give you free stuff. They ply you with drinks and food, okay, and music, right? So yes. And they sell you dreams. Okay, well, all right, let's keep going. Okay? So, yeah. Okay, now I put these pictures here because I thought that some of you may have been a bit taken aback by the information. But no, you guys seem to have it. All right. So ethos, ethics, pathos, emotion, and logos, logic. All right. Okay. So let's keep going. So we don't need to hold up. So guys, I can keep going fast, and I can go for I can just keep moving at a quick pace then. All right. As if now remember, guys, you can use, I definitely will need you guys to use the hand raise icon for our activity later. So please, I need you to work with me. When that activity comes, shoot your hand up. Okay? Please. Now, we're gonna move on. Leonardo, not now, but thank you for testing it out. Okay? Okay, guys, so let's keep going. All right. So ethos, we have a detailed definition of ethos here. Ethos, from the Greek word for character, serves to highlight the persuader's credibility or ethical state. Okay, I'll read that again. Ethos, from the Greek word for character, serves to highlight the persuader's credibility or ethical state. Here are a couple of examples. 1, as a doctor, I can tell you that your diet is of concern, and so you should eat better. All right? Now, if Mr. Walkine says to you, Leonardo, Alicia, Perron, I'm concerned about the way you're eating. You need to eat better. Do I have the level of credibility that a doctor would or a dietitian would? Do I have that expert knowledge? Am I as credible as them as I explain this to you? No. Some of you probably be like, well, who asked you anyway? Right? So no, I don't have that level of credibility. I don't have that ethical state. I don't have that clout. All right? I'm not in that position. But a doctor is. A medical doctor, a dietitian, they can tell you if they see what you're eating, if they are especially if they are your doctor, yes, they can tell you. They sure can tell you that you need to change your eating habits. Okay? All right. Now let's look at this other one. All right. Anyone know who this man is? Anyone recognize this man? Let's see who watches the news. Who's that? You don't have to get the spelling of his name right. That's fine. Nobody? Wow. Okay. Uh-oh.
Okay.
And got the spelling right and didn't go to Google. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, that's this man is Dr. Fauci. Okay. He's been in the news a whole lot this year. Okay. He is a infectious disease expert. Okay. All right, so yes. So if Dr. Fauci says to you that, hey, you should wear your mask because if you wear your mask, it will reduce the transmission of COVID-19, you should probably listen to Dr. Fauci. He doesn't have to necessarily explain to you why with facts and figures. He can say that because of his position, right? Steve Jobs, what? Anyway, okay. All right. So he can say that without having to go into further detail as to why you should wear the mask because he has credibility. He has that ethical state. Okay. He is a medical professional. He is a a chief in his area of expertise. All right, when it comes to infectious diseases. All right. So guys, what Dr. Fauci have to like give you data, give you statistics, give you evidence if he is that if he is in that position? Would he necessarily have to do that? No. Now he probably would, because I've seen him do it. Mrs. Dennis and I'm sure Mrs. Toot have seen this man speak, and he's given explanations. He's given us statistics. He's given us data, okay, to back up what he's saying. But he's already by himself. He's already credible, okay. Everyone understand? Everyone understand where I'm coming from? Okay, so let's look at this next one. All right. It says, as a dad of two children, I believe you should play sports with your kids. As a dad of two children, I believe you should play sports with your kids. Okay? Again, this person is a father. And how is he establishing his credibility here? By saying what? How is he establishing his credibility? All right.
Yeah, Ashley says, as a dad,
as a
father of two kids, Aaliyah says.
So he isn't. Who's more credible? This man saying this as a father of two kids, or some dude who is a bachelor who spends most of his time playing 2K21 or like driving up and down the streets? Who is more credible? They both. I mean, they both could be right, but who is more credible?
Alicia says the father.
Guys, don't be shy. Remember, chip in. Okay, yes. So keep in mind, both people could be right. The bachelor and the father could be right, but one is more persuasive because one is more credible. Okay, because one is actually has the credibility to back up what he's saying, and the other does not. Okay, the other one doesn't. All right, so that's ethos, credibility, ethical state. Dr. Fauci has it. This dad has it. All right. They can, because of who they are, because of their expertise and their experience, they can tell you this without having to appeal to your emotions, without having to appeal to your logic and reason. Okay? Because not everyone is going to agree. Not everyone is going to agree with a father. Like, you don't have to play sports with your children as a father. That's not like a must, right? But in that father's experience, he finds that that's a good thing. That's a way to bond, right? So let's move on, okay? Now we come to pathos, all right, from the Greek word for suffering and experience, all right, is an appeal to someone's emotions, someone's feelings. Here are a couple of examples, and we use this, students, you guys use this with your parents use it with you, your teachers, we use it with you, okay? I think teachers use all of these, right? Right, Mrs. Toot, Mrs. Dennis?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We use all of these on you guys as needed, okay? Because sometimes we have to say, Lord Jesus, make it make sense. We have to appeal to your logic, and sometimes it's like, guys, understand, I care about you. I'm concerned about your grades. That's us appealing to your emotions. And then sometimes, guess what? That's it, because I said it. I am the teacher. I know what's best. I teach the subject area, so we have to use all sometimes. Okay? Now, let's look at these examples, right? How can you allow this kind of behavior to occur in a town full of God-fearing people? That is a persuasive emotional appeal if I've ever seen one. That's one of them. Okay? How can you allow this kind of behavior to occur in a town full of God-fearing people? What is this person doing by asking that question? And guys, guess what? Using questions like that can, and what type of question is this?
Aaliyah says rhetorical.
Yes, it is rhetorical. No, I didn't say peso. No, I'm not talking about Mexican currency. Okay? All right, so yes, it is rhetorical. But what is this person trying to do? What is this person trying to do by asking this question? All right, make you feel guilty? Possibly, yes. Because guess what? By saying God-fearing, what are they appealing to your sense of what? By saying God-fearing, people like, how dare you? How can you allow this kind of behavior to occur in a town full of God-fearing people? How dare you? All right? Your sense of religion.
So yeah,
Yes.
tyranny, and religion.
Yes, and guess what? People have been using religious, like making you feel guilty about breaking some religious statue or something for thousands of years, right? They're trying to, all right, so they're the guilt, I think. And then not only are they trying to make people feel guilty, they're also trying to stir up outrage, right? Like if you are a God-fearing person, you should be outraged. If you are a God-fearing person, you should be guilty for not doing anything or not saying anything about this. Okay? So let's look at this next one. After years of working for the company, how can they simply just let me go? After years of working for the company, how can they simply just let me go? All right, and that second one, what emotions are being appealed to in that one?
So
All right,
Alicia's saying you're hurt.
They're hurt, betrayal.
Betrayal.
Aaliyah is saying it's a tune for me. Wow. Okay. But yes, the person is definitely in that second one. The person is trying to make you feel what for them? They're trying to make you feel what? Sorry, I need a better word than sorry, but sorry is correct. Sympathy.
Sympathy.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. They want you to feel sympathy for them. Okay? And maybe if they say this to the right person, maybe that person will try and fight for their job, right? Okay? And maybe if the person in the first example says that to the right person, maybe that could get that behavior to stop. All right? Because the goal is persuasion. All right, so let's move on. Anyone remember these little guys? You remember these guys? All right? No? You guys didn't watch this movie? Wow. Crazy. All right. Yes. Wow. That's a strong word. Okay, so let's look at this one. All right. Logos. Sorry. All right. Logos. Okay. Logos from the Greek for I say is an appeal to logic and reason. A couple of examples are below. All right. According to a recent study, being a parent is linked to an increase in hair loss. Second example, I know it sounds incredible, but the math checks out. Okay? All right. So, in both of those examples, you have people appealing to logic, not emotion. One is saying a study doesn't appeal to your sense of emotion, your feelings. A study doesn't. Now, you may have people who conduct the study who are credible, but the study itself is not a credible figure. It's not a person. It's just a study. It's just numbers, just figures. Anyone know who this guy is on the left? Anyone know who this man is on the left? And why I put him on this slide? Ah, Bernique, you know what's up. Mrs. Dennis, Mrs. Stu, you see Bernique giving the answer?
Yes.
That's logic.
Yes.
Logic is a rapper. Okay, so that's why I use logic. Okay, so yes, logic has to do with appealing to reason, intelligence, common sense, not your feelings. Okay, because guess what, guys? Angry. When we are sad, do we make the most clear-headed decisions? Do we make the best decisions when we are angry or sad or really happy or guilty? No.
No.
Never. Never. If you break up with someone when you're angry, you may regret that. If you say something when you are sad, or when you're angry, you may regret that because how you feel in that moment that's not how you always feel. Okay? Wow. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so yes. All right, so let's look at some example. Okay, you can also mix and match them. Let's look at this. It says, Bob, as your doctor, I have to advise you to give up smoking. Your lungs are literally dying. You can see it here on the scan. You are killing yourself, and you'll leave behind your wife and family who are absolutely dependent on you. Okay, so guys, look at this. Tell me, which of the persuasive appeals are being used in this paragraph? Look at it. Which of the persuasive appeals are being used in this paragraph here? All right, I see pathos. Only pathos? Okay.
Someone says ethos as well.
Okay, all right, I see. Okay, pathos, ethos. All right, or ethos, logos. Okay, and Aaliyah says all three are being used. Okay, so guys, where do you see the ethos? Remember, you can use the three dots. Where do you see an example of the example of ethos if it's there? I never said it was. No, not leaving your family behind for ethos? Really?
Alicia said you are killing yourself, and then continuation.
You guys sure about that? Look at it again. Bob. I see someone.
Deborah, okay. Bob as your doctor.
Good. All right, so what is he doing when he says Bob as your doctor? He's establishing his credibility. All right, his ethical state. Okay, and now which one appeals to which one is pathos? Show you where the chat thing is. You can't see that. All right, you are killing yourself. All right, so yes, that sentence. All right. Anyone else want to add to what Ashley put there for pathos? You leave your wife and because see, it's more than just you, Bob. It's your wife and your family. Come on, they depend on you, brother. They need you. Okay. So, all right. Now, where's the appeal to logos? Where's the appeal to logos? To logic.
Leonardo said your lungs are literally dying.
No, that's that's a part of it. But what does he say? What does he say right after that? Or what you need to do is you need to go on the you can see it here.
You can see the hair on the scan.
So the scan is the evidence, okay? The data, the information. Okay, good job, guys. All right. All right, now it's your turn. Oh boy. All right. Okay. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna read these. All right, and you're gonna put in the chat which one you think it is. Identify the appeals in the following paragraphs. 1. I know how you feel about vaccinations, Jeremiah, but a Danish nationwide cohort study conducted in 2019 concluded that there is no evidence that any common vaccinations cause autism in children. Almost 600,000 children participated in this study, and there was almost no difference in autism rates between children who had been vaccinated and children who had. The facts speak for themselves, bro. I'll read it again. I know how you feel about vaccinations, Jeremiah, but a Danish nationwide cohort study conducted in 2019 concluded that there is no evidence that any common vaccinations cause autism in children. Almost 600,000 children participated in this study, and there was almost no evidence, no difference, in autism rates between children who had been vaccinated and children who had been vaccinated. That should be who had not been vaccinated, and children who had. The facts speak for themselves, bro. Okay? Really, I see pathos twice. I see ethos. I see logos. Why? Really? Really? For those of you saying ethos, who is the doctor? Who is the virologist or the vaccine expert in this paragraph? I don't see one. Mrs. Dennis, Mrs. Stu, do you see someone establishing themselves as a person?
Nope.
All right. So guys, look at this again. Okay. I think I see a little I think I see more of the correct answer than the incorrect answer. Okay. All right. So yeah, no one is talking about their experience here. No one has established themselves as an expert here. But what are they saying? What are they using? And if they're just using facts, then chances are this is actually what? Of the 3 appeals, which one is this? Okay, yes, this is logos. Okay, appealing to logic, common sense. All right, so let's look at this next one. Oh boy, I think, guys, this is my favorite slide. I think you can see why. All right, so let's look at this one. Okay, boom. If you don't buy a PlayStation 5 this year, you'll be missing out on the best video game console on the market. No, you'll be missing out on the best gaming machine in the cosmos. You'll feel so left out as your friends tell you about Spider-Man Miles Morales in 4K at 60 frames per second. You'll be heartbroken as your boys play 2K21 with full HDR and ray tracing. They will feel like Steph Curry and LeBron are in the room with them. Only a broke fool won't pony up the 800 or 900 bucks needed to snag a PS5 locally. Don't be late to the PlayStation. Okay? So guys, all right, which of the persuasive appeals is this one? I don't care about what is cap. I know what I said. I said what I said. All right.
Ashad, Aaliyah, Deborah, Branique, all of them are saying Pathos.
All right.
Cedrica,
And yes,
Shonda,
it is Pathos. Okay, it is Pathos. Listen, it's crazy, guys. You see the Steph Curry here? That's actually Steph Curry in game on the PS5. Like, that's not a picture of real life Steph Curry. That's from the game. Okay, so that is absolutely insane. Okay, so let's go to our last one. All right, everyone knows who this man is. Little crazy. Okay, but you know, he's like that crazy uncle. You know, he's crazy, but we love him at the same time. All right. We remember when he wasn't so crazy, so we still give him a blind. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. No, I don't, Ashley. I have priorities, is what I have. Okay, not a PS5. Okay, so let's look at this. My name is Kanye West. I am a business mogul, rapper, and producer extraordinaire. Music has always moved me, and I've spent countless hours in studios arranging the sounds and beats that move you. So I know sound. That is why I use Sony MDRX B700 extra bass headphones. They offer more than just extra bass. They offer deep, full bass with good mids and highs. They are comfortable enough for those long studio sessions and are durable enough to outlast your first few albums. Buy a pair of Sony MDRX B700s and unleash your inner creative genius. Okay? So guys, what is the persuasive appeal in this one? Logos. What? Okay.
So Branique, Trevor, Jamie.
Okay,
Alicia,
but why?
Ethos.
Why is it ethos? Tell me why. Someone give me a reason why it's ethos. And nobody remembered to raise their hands, but I still love you all anyway. Okay. Even though you don't listen. So how is it ethos? Where's the evidence? Okay, and who is he? Yes, he's speaking from experience, but who is he? Kanye West. Come on now. If Kanye West says, listen, brother, if it was someone like Michael Jordan or LeBron or Kevin Durant or someone like trying to sell me headphones, I'd be like, bro, I don't know. They're just using your celebrity. But if Kanye West, one of the best producers in the game, whether you like him or not, all right, he knows sound. So yeah, and believe it or not, this is not actually a quote from him. I actually wrote this because I'm just hard like that, right? So yes, he is credible. He is credible. He is establishing his authority from the jump. From the first few sentences, you know. Like, listen, I'm establishing my ethical state. I'm establishing my credibility. Okay? So good job, guys. Very good job. These headphones cost like $948 on Amazon, by the way. All right? So if you're into that kind of thing, then go for it. Okay? All right, guys. So yes, it was Ethos. So good job. All right. Yes, ladies, could one of you put the attendance link in for me, please? Thank you.
Yes.
Please and thank you. All right, guys. So good job, everyone. Thank you for your participation. We have come to the end. Okay, good job. All right. And all right, this is just these are just a couple of my references. All right, guys. So a couple of questions now. Okay. Who can remind me? What is persuasion? What is persuasion? What is the purpose of persuasion? To convince. All right. Thank you, Leonardo. All right. Now, who can remember the difference between persuasive writing and argumentative writing? Not just to catch your reader's attention, Trevor. Okay. But what's the difference between persuasive and argumentative writing? Who can remember the difference between persuasive and argumentative writing? Slight difference, but it's a big difference. Remember, persuasive writing, all right, uses emotional appeal. Yes, argumentative essays and writing does not. Okay, and the definition of pathos, logos, and ethos. Who can put those in the chat for me? Who can remember all three? The link is coming. Just hold on. Okay, it's coming.
I'm putting it in the chat right now.
Okay. So focus, guys. All right, the link is there. Who can remember? All right, Leonardo, you don't remember the difference between pathos, logos, and ethos? All right, ethos is credibility, pathos is feelings, and logos is logic. Yes, very good. Ethos, ethics, logos, logic. Okay, and Leah, just pathos was what you were missing there. Okay, and if you ever struggle, like one of the slides here. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording right now. Okay. But one of the slides that I had up in between something, I can't remember which one it was.